Yeah, it's super important to debunk this thing right here, which is if my life seems to be going in the wrong direction, or if I'm feeling bad, or if I'm feeling stuck, or if I'm feeling confused, there's something wrong with me. God, what do I do? There's something wrong with me. And then you go to a spiritual teacher or guru, and they say, yeah, you really need to focus on this technique more. This is what it is. You keep identifying with your egoic self, and you have to recognize that you're consciousness, damn it. That's why you're feeling bad. Yeah, that's not why you're feeling bad. You're feeling bad because you're supposed to feel bad. The feeling bad, this is the alchemic process, or the compost that later is going to turn into an organic feeling good. Because when you're feeling bad, your karma's being burnt up. Resistance is being burnt up. There's things out there. The karma in the resistance is what seems to be blocking this inner joy that's inside you. This is the game. This is how it's set up. You can't, like, if you got big rocks and boulders covering a leaf, you gotta, like, those boulders and rocks have to be dissolved or moved so you can see the damn leaf. How are you gonna bypass it somehow? Oh, I'm just gonna, like, say there's no rock and no leaf. Okay, try it. So we have to go through this. This is the way the game's set up. So the reason I want to really drive this point home is because, see, people are running. You're running from the very things that life has given you to give you what you want. Yeah, but it's so unfair and it causes so much pain. Yeah, you have to get through that. Bear that, accept that. Have compassion for yourself that you're not doing anything wrong. If you are doing something that you need to change, okay, then change it. But a lot of times, from the people I talk to, at least, higher frequency people, especially in the groups, if you want to come to a group, see our website and link, and then you can write in and say you want to go to a group. So we talk about these things. A lot of these people, you're not doing anything wrong, man. You just have to go through this. I don't know why this isn't talked about more. It's not talked about. When I used to watch these satsangs and, question and answer, they're always driving home this there's this, it's being conveyed that, like, they're doing something wrong. Well, if you just realize this, or if you just saw this, if you looked at it in this way, you wouldn't be feeling that. That's being conveyed somehow, and it's just not helpful. Yeah, you have your spiritual practice, you continue your self-remembering, but the results aren't up to you. You just can't force this stuff. You can't, like, reach in and pull your divine nature out and wear it. This is way beyond our control, this alchemic process, how it takes place. I'm here to remind you of that. And then your spiritual practice will be more efficient. You're creating more resistance than the actual resistance that you're facing because of the self-talk. And this shouldn't be happening. And if I was higher, then this wouldn't be happening. And look at the other people. It's not happening. You don't know about the other people. It could be happening worse, and they don't even know it yet. Remember that video I made? Your pain is higher level than a lot of people's superficial bliss. So they haven't even got into their karma yet. So if life is giving you a situation that's grinding you and really, like, tearing you up internally and emotionally, you somehow make peace with that. Don't lie to yourself and say, oh, I love it. You have people that do that. I love my pain. Yeah, okay. Man, it's rare to have self-honesty, to have somebody. I was telling my friend, like, everybody lies to each other all the time, and they don't know it. And then you'll get mad and they're lying to you. No, they're lying to themselves. Of course they're going to lie to you. They tell themselves the lies first, and we tell ourselves whatever we need to make the ego feel good. Then we try to sell you these lies. And if everybody's doing that, they're all going to be on the same page, so it's going to seem to work. if you have a deeper level of sensitivity and self-awareness, you can't like get away with that. You like catch yourself, like, it doesn't feel right. And then you try to tell them like, hey, it doesn't feel right. They don't want, then they get mad at you. You're like, wow, why are you getting mad at me? Yeah, they don't want to hear it, they don't feel right. Then they might have to recognize it don't feel right. And then you mess their sleep up. See? So whatever lessons that life is administering to you right now, it's for your own highest good. Just somehow be open to seeing that that's true. It doesn't have to feel like it's true. Don't trust the feelings so much. Just, is there some inner intuitive knowledge in you that say, you know what, this must be true because like it's happening. And I can't do anything to change it. Whatever the situation is. It has to be like this for a while. At the same time, you're intuitively being guided to if there's anything you can do on a practical level to help modify and change it. Yeah, it's both. That's why I say it's balance. Everything's balanced, both. There's practical level and there's spiritual level. You can't just have one or the other, otherwise you're weird. Sometimes the situations, see, when they get heavy, we start to panic. Then we become overly obsessed with practical level. Got to find the right diet. I'm going to spend all night on Google. I got to find the answer. I got to go, go to this holy shrine and touch it. Maybe that'll, we get all crazy. When really the lesson is to, this is just the moment, this is what I got to deal with right now. This is what it is. I'm not getting any intuitive downloads of like what to do to help transcend or change this situation. Like nothing's coming. Okay, because like nothing's coming. Don't try to force something to come that's not coming. Mind says no, but I need it to change because I don't like it. And so I'm gonna like just, all right, intuition, all right, higher intelligence, I'm gonna jump in now because I want this to change. Yeah, then it doesn't work. But might have to do that for a while to see it don't work. Then you come to an organic surrender. Surrender isn't something you can practice. We can't practice any of this stuff. Who's practicing? The mind. How's the mind gonna like practice doing something it doesn't know anything about? I remember hearing somebody some years ago, it's all about just be love, practice the love. How are you gonna practice love? What are you talking about? And love comes organic. It's a byproduct of when you've surrendered in yourself, then you understand people more. You understand their struggles. See, it's easier to have compassion for somebody who is authentically struggling. And if they're somehow, they're not, they've accepted it. They're like, yeah, man, I'm having a hard time. That's easy. That's easy compassion. It's a little harder compassion when they're acting out their pain by like cussing you out or something. That's harder. I think the hardest is, I forgot. It was something like, if the people are, they're having a hard time, but they're not accepting it, nor are they acting it out in an aggressive way. Instead, they're doing the non-dual. Everything's good. Yeah, but your like arm is cut. No, there's no arm to be cut. or you can see that they had a relationship ended. You can see like they have some pain there that they're not processing. They don't want to do it. Instead, oh no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, those people, man, like, for me, that's the worst denial of our existence. When you're denying how your software is functioning in that moment. Or when you're frustrated with somebody, but you don't say nothing. It could be your friend or relationship. You don't say nothing. Like you feel like you need to say something. You need to assert yourself and say something. Like the higher self is like begging you, like just, you need to straighten this out. Don't sweep it under the carpet. But they're like, no, I don't want to make any waves. Yeah, those people haven't suffered enough yet. You get to the point you cannot compromise. You can't compromise anymore when it comes to your true nature. You just know that's your freedom. Your true nature is your freedom. Even if by saying something, whatever the consequences, you know that the consequences are worse if you don't say something. Maybe you'll spare yourself some trouble here on the physical dimension, some consequences, but inside you've reached a level of sensitivity that if you compromise and you don't be authentic, you're going to suffer more internally. Like the guy that killed the Black Panther leader. He worked with this undercover cop and set him up, and they ended up poisoning him because it was his right-hand man. And he did that to save his family because his cop was threatening to... If he didn't play along with the cops' agenda, then they were going to bust him, and then he'd lose his family and everything else. So the guy's like, okay, yeah, I'll kill my best friend. So he got away with it. He killed him, and then later he ends up committing suicide. Couldn't live with himself. Well, some of you are more sensitive than that, and you can't live with yourself when you're not being authentic. But the topic was don't run from life's lessons. So that could be a lesson right there. You're in a situation and you're like, I can't be authentic in this situation because whether it be at work or in a relationship or with your family, I mean, there's a way to be, you know, we should have some poise also, tact, okay? Don't just go out and call everybody out. Like, you're being fake. No, but still, you can't just laugh along with certain things that you just, you don't feel. And then you're like, this is super challenging, man. How do I be in this situation every day or every other day, but yet maintain my inner integrity? Like, this isn't fair. What do I do? I got to change it. Oh, but I can't just quit my job because that's just not practical. What do I do? Or a kid, if you have a kid or something and maybe they got mad at you and every time you see him or you see your ex and because you have to see them because you have to manage with the kids and you're like, I can't be in that situation. Like, this situation's just insane. I hate being in that situation. I don't see any way through that situation to have peace with that situation. Like, what do I do? Yeah, this is the real deal stuff that's responsible for producing this surrender principle in blowing apart ego structures. These are the things people want to run away from, or chronic health, or whatever. This is lucky. Doesn't feel like that. I know. Don't trust the feeling. Feelings doesn't matter. It's not supposed to feel good. Like, that's your emotional body's doing what it's supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that that's not a divine, high-level, prescribed lesson for you, for your own higher good. You'll see that at the latest when you leave this dimension. You have a much more panoramic, vast perception of things. You understand all these things intuitively because you don't have these bodies that are making everything complex in situations. Okay, the latest you'll see it then, but we're trying to see, can you see it now? If you can see it now, you can cooperate with your destiny, and your evolution can be accelerated. Because remember, the main game here, the main game is the consciousness wants to dupe itself in this human dream while at the same time recognizing its true nature. Yeah, it's easy to do on other dimensions. No, we're supposed to do it here. Don't measure your progress though. It's another trap. That's my message. All right, I'll see you.